Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Racing returns to Sandown Hillside this weekend. Quite confident, fair few of them here. Pretty sure that a few of them are going to take a lot of beating, and hopefully some of them get over the line for banking on a couple of good winners to bounce back off what was a disappointing Bonneval Carnival, but looking to bounce back, like I said. So let's get into the preview and find the winners.
Race 1, Sandown Hillside. It's a 2-year-old handicap over the 1,300 metres, and I'm very keen here on Hydrogen Power. The first starter for Michael Price McKent Jr. for Patrick Maloney. Trialled well during the spring, and then we're setting out for a spell. Coming back now, I think it'll just lead from that gate and win. Pretty confident in its chances. Gates for second. Peter Moody on debut, barrier 5, and Joie McNeil. You don't see him riding for the stable very often at $7. Porter been well backed in from double figures with Liam Reardon in the saddle for the first start up for Danny O'Brien. Drawn wide in barrier 11 though, and La Zebra, the top weight for Marks, are returning off suspension, and the horse does get blinkers for the first time and could use them in my opinion, and probably likely leads from barrier number 6. But Hydrogen Power on top. Race 1 at Sandown Hillside. I'm very confident can start the day on the winning note, 20 the win. Race number 2 at Sandown Hillside is a 3-year-old fillies handicap over the 1,000 metres. Bay 13 on top here for Matt Laurie and Carleen Heppel. 3 trials for the debut run. Oh, sorry, for the resuming run, sorry. Drawn 7. Will go forward from the barrier and looks one of the few speed influences in the race and has been well backed into favouritism, and I think it's going to be very hard to beat here, especially with the tongue tie going on for the first time and the winker on the near side for the first time as well. The key gear adjustments there. Written Swoosh, the only danger in my opinion, the maiden of the field with the 54 kilos. Drawn 11 but goes back anyway, and will need to be finding a passage through them late. And he's been a big drifter in betting. Charmed Run, the unbeaten horse in the field. Always beware the unbeaten horse for Dan Stackhouse and Luke Oliver. Birdies Galore can run well first up for Patrick Payne and Matty Lloyd. Probably wants a bit further than the 1,000, but can still run well. But Bay 13 on top. Sandown Hillside race 2, 15 the win. Race number 3 at Sandown Hillside is a benchmark 78 for the fillies and mares at handicap level over the 1,000 metres. And I'm very keen on Miss Balvenie here. It's race 1 and done. Meant to race at Bonneval during the week. They haven't. They scratched her and they bring her here. And quite frankly, it's going to work wonders for the horse because she will be winning here. Quite confident. Sorry, very confident in her chances to win. Tommy Dabenig, Bo Mertens aboard. Barrier 4, 56. Tried like a bomb leading in. It's all about her this race. Dazzling Lucy's been well backed for Jake Noonan, for Tony Noonan. Their father-son combination combined, and it could be a profitable one here. I think it'll run a clear second or third. Senegalia for third. Can run well, but has had every chance it's past 2. And Viviane for fourth. But Miss Balvenie, race 3 at Sandown. It's race 1 and done here. 40 the win. Race number 4 at Sandown is a benchmark 100 over the 1,000 metres. Unflinching on top. Too short for me to have in the strategy, but I'm confident it'll win. 10 starts, 6 wins, 2 seconds, a star. 1 it's past 3, and I'm confident it can make another win to add to that picket fence for Celine Gaudry, claiming the 2 off 57.5. Brings it down to the 55.5. The champion trainers, Anthony and Sam Freeman, drawn 6. Should get to the lead easy here, and if it does that, it's race over. So, Unflinching on top, but too short for me to back. So, who have I got in the strategy? Hello Broadcast is the one I'm going to back here for the place. I think it's a really good place bet. $10. Don't know how much it's paying the place. Probably about $3. But probably about $3 the place is a good bet. Craig Newitt aboard, 54. Should get every chance from that barrier number 4 with the 53 kilos for Emma Yusufovich. Unlucky it's past Capall. Bless her, anywhere near her best can win. And Mr. Mosaic I thought was over the odds at $26. But I'm going to have 50 in the place on Hello Broadcast, but Unflinching's your winner here. Race number 5 at Sandown Hillside is a benchmark 78 fillies and mares handicap over the 1,600 metres. Cap de Joie on top for Marks Hour, ridden a peach by Blake Shin when it won at the Valley. Then ran well last start as a dominant favourite, but probably just got a bit too far back. Marks Hour will know how to ride the horse, and from barrier number 8 should be very competitive from there, and should be winning. Unusual Culture for second, ran well on the soft track last start has Carleen Havel retaining the ride and bringing the weight down to the 58.5. Can run well and drawn well in barrier number 3 too. Maracana sustained a long run to win last start, proving that she's back to her best. But I still think it could be a bit far off Cap de Joie's best here. And Flash Mary over the odds at $34, but still want to see a bit more from her. Cap de Joie on top, race 5, Sandown Hillside, 35 the win. Race number 6 at Sandown, and it is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1800 metres, and I'm with Dashing on top. Now, I've tipped this horse quite a few times over its campaign so far, but it's proved quite profitable and costly. But look, he's finished in the top 3 his whole campaign, winning his second up run of an unlucky first up run, and he was unlucky last start not to win. Only got in collared late by Lethal Thoughts, who did have the drop on him. Declan Bates in the saddle here, drawn 1. I think he'll lead this race, and I think he'll win with a leg in the air. Particularly getting back to Sandown in the stable, take the blinkers off. Very keen on its chances from Tapa Capall. Out of the Mornington Guineas, has Joie McNeil in the centre with the 54, and barrier number 4 can run really well at the $6 quote. Duet La, probably one of the class runners of the field, does have the lightweight for Carleen Havel. And Elkington Road, I was happy to take it on at the short quote. Didn't think it should be a $5.50 chance, maybe more a $7 chance, but yeah, couldn't have it at that price. But Dashing on top, race 6, Sandown Hillside, pretty confident it'll win. 40 the win. Race number 7 at Sandown Hillside is a benchmark 100 over the 1800 metres, and I'm with Globe, the excitement machine, wearing the same colours as Ayrton here, but I think Globe can live up to the hype. 3 from 3, dominant last start, went over the 1800 metres at Sandown, and I'm pretty confident he can go back-to-back here and remain undefeated. 51 kilos after Celine Gaudreau's claim, rode it last start, rode it a pearler to win with the 61.5. Significant drop in weight, significant rise in class, but should be taking care of these very easily. Daytona Bay, a lot of convictions on this horse. Been favoured its past couple. Maybe a wet track is what it needs, and I'm not convinced it's going to get that tomorrow. Earlswood, anywhere near its best, should bolt this in, but has been disappointing its past 6 or 7 runs. T-Waters is the same, but Globe, race 7, Sandown Hillside on top, 50 the win. My best bet at Sandown Hillside. Race number 8 at Sandown Hillside's a benchmark 100 handicap over the 1600 metres. Pinstripped, I've got him on top here. Pretty confident he can go back-to-back. It was D-Day for him last start, and he got the win on the board, bolting in the Vobis race. Now comes to a benchmark 100, and I think he's going to take a fair bit of beating here over the 1600 metre trip. Carleen Havel taking the weight off to 56.5. Drawn a bit sticky, but should be able to find the lead or somewhere near it from that barrier, and should be way too good for these. Gunstock for second is the biggest X factor in the race. Marks are aboard from barrier number 5. Could well easily blow this field away if we're on a significantly rain-affected track. Was very good in winning the Coonji in the spring. Then didn't go on to the Derby. And the one question I had here was the first up record. But first up at the mile, should see this horse run well. Elva done for 3rd, and Keats could be likely to in 4th. But I'm going to have 35 to win on Pinstripped and 10 to win on Gunstock if he is too good for them. Race number 9 at Sandown Hillside to end the day, and it is a benchmark 78 handicap over the 1300 metres, and Pascero on top here. Unlucky last start not to finish a lot closer. Mark Zara in the saddle. Barrier 17 is the only issue here, but most of the other key chances draw wide as well. And with that in mind, I think Pascero can take a fair bit of running down and beating here. Carried the 61 last start and carries it again here, though. Gets a significant jockey upgrade from Tommy Stockdale to Mark Zara. And has a very good second up record and needs a dry track. And I think should get that here tomorrow. And I'm pretty confident in his chances. Has been well back to win the race. He's our Bonneval, the other one I can see running really well first up. 61.5 for Craig Newhart. Was really good in winning at Caulfield when it was last first up. So interested to see how it goes. Zorro's Dream, 1300 for the first time. Hard fit for Harry Coffey. And drawn slightly better than the other key chances, but would have to lift to be a winning chance. And Fortunate Kiss, if this is a bog, can get right through it and be running really well. But Pascero, race 9, Sandown Hillside, 30 to the win to finish the day. Thank you everyone for watching my preview for Sandown Hillside tomorrow. Can't wait for this, being a lot of quality and a lot of each way and good winning chances here. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you back a winner.